Get your tickets now for May 11th at PNC Park. Now, I'm not all of a sudden working in the sales department for the Pirates. That has to be the toughest job in Pittsburgh. But I am making you aware that if you want tickets for it, they're going to be going fast, and they're also going to cost you a little more than you might have expected. I'm Dejan Kovacevic. This is DK's Daily Shot, sponsored by our friends at Schneider Downs.
What I want from my public accounting firm is big ideas.
But I don't want to lose the personal attention.
My company needs global capabilities.
From a firm with local ownership.
And I want to work with industry experts.
Who take the time to understand my unique challenges. And that's what sets Schneider Downs apart. Expertise for the most complex business issues. With the service you need every day. To learn how our big thinking with a personal focus can help your company, visit schneiderdowns.com.
The date that a lot of Pittsburgh's baseball fans, or the few remaining baseball fans, have circled on their calendars is May 11th at PNC Park. That's, of course, when the San Francisco Giants and Andrew McCutchen will come to town. It's a weekend series, starts on Friday, runs through Sunday. A lot of people that I've heard from, whether it's just in casual conversation or social media or on the comments on the site, whatever it is, are saying that they plan to make those three the only games they go to. There's something of a statement. They love Kutch, whatever the case would be. I've even had people tell me that they're trying to organize some kind of protest where they'll stay there for Kutch's first at bat and then get up and walk out afterward. We'll see how all of that goes. I know this much. Earlier this week, I witnessed the way the Pittsburgh Penguins handled Marc-Andre Fleury's return. And I know better than to compare the way the Penguins handle things to the way the Pirates handle things. It's just night and day in a lot of senses, on and off the field of competitive play. But in this case, the Penguins, who, if you think about it, really could have been somewhat vilified, and maybe there's a handful of people who feel that way for letting Fleury go. Remember, this was a decision that they made to expose him as opposed to Matt Murray in the expansion draft. They could have been the bad guys. If they didn't have the history and the trust that they do with their fan base to do the right thing in most situations, the overwhelming majority of situations, then they could have been cast as the villains whenever Fleury came back. Instead, everything was just handled so elegantly. The pregame, the promotions, the way that they were introducing Fleury, not just with the video tribute, but even with stats of the night, were all related to Fleury. It was a big celebration. It was a yay, everything. They just did everything exactly the way, if you were a fan of both the team and of Fleury, you would have wanted it handled. They're the Penguins. I say that to a lot of people that I know pretty well. Whenever you're in doubt about something and how to handle a certain situation, just look at how the Penguins do it. They're not perfect, but they're pretty close to it. The Pirates are the Pirates. They're going to let Kutch come back here and let a ticket issue step to the forefront. Now, to understand what this means, first of all, there's a thing called premium pricing in professional sports. It exists across the board. Every single team in Major League Baseball does it. There are no exceptions to this. They pick certain series, whether it's interleague series, rivalries, weekends, whatever it is, and they raise the prices of those individual game tickets. So that part isn't unusual, but you have to have some kind of awareness of what your given situations are. You have to be able to think on your feet. The Pirates, and I checked this on my phone before beginning this podcast, are charging $2 extra per ticket. $2 more than what they are for a similar series the following week against the Chicago White Sox, who no one will care to see. To what end? To what end? So PNC Park's probably going to be filled up. Maybe not on that Sunday, but I would venture to guess that on Friday night, certainly. Saturday, you can find a way to make sure that it's packed. It doesn't hold that many people. It's the smallest capacity in major leagues, 38,000. You can get that many in there for Kutch, so just do it. Just celebrate him when he comes in. Who would be sitting there thinking to themselves over one of the Pirates meetings, you know what? We can make this one of the premium weekends because we just let this guy go and saved $14 million on him, and we can make a little bit more money. We're talking about $2 here. $2 times $38,000 is $76,000. $76,000. Remember, we're talking about an organization that let Juan Nicasio walk for not a whole lot more than that late last season. It's incredible. Like, you want to get past the point when you're talking about the Pirates of just the constant narratives and the financial stuff and the payroll and Bob Nutting and rolling his wheelbarrow up the hill to Somerset to get new ski lifts at Seven Springs and everything else. But you can't. You can't. Even if, and I'm going to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt here, even if you presume that they came up with this premium pricing schedule before the season, and I'd have a hard time believing that because the San Francisco Giants aren't an attraction here at any point, much less early in May. If that's your premium pricing thing, then the moment that you trade Andrew McCutchen, you get all your marketing and PR and everybody else into the same room and you say, what are we doing with this Giants series? Well, right now it's a premium pricing thing. Sounds like we could make an extra $76,000. Well, isn't that what we paid Kutch like per at bat when he was here? Somebody would just have to stand up and be the voice of reason, and say, this is a really bad idea. And it is. And they should change it, but they already should have changed it. That's the bigger point here. Start doing things right. I know that cat's probably out of the bag. The ship has sailed, whatever cliche that you want to apply to these guys, given the level of trust or distrust that this community has in the people running the Pirates. But at least try on occasion to exhibit some common sense. I'm Dejan Kovacevic. This has been DK's Daily Shot, sponsored by Schneider Downs, and you're listening to DK Sports Radio.